Hello everybody, hope everybody's doing great today. Appreciate those of you watching this video. I'm going to be talking about this 1980s movie written by Stephen King called Maximum Overdrive. It was written and directed by Stephen King, though some people says that George Romero kind of helped him direct the movie. But so yeah, let's get into Maximum Overdrive. Okay, Maximum Overdrive. This is about a comet that passed by Earth, and I guess its tail lit off some residue or something that made all the machines come to life, and they basically start attacking people and killing them. It's kind of like a Terminator a little bit. In that instance, only you don't have robots. Mostly semis are the feature of this movie. It's not a very well written movie. It's probably not the Stephen King's best work, but really what makes this movie somewhat watchable is the great acting in it. You got the great Emilio Estevez. Sorry. I believe that Emilio Estevez has more talent than Charlie Sheen. I liked his movies a lot more than Charlie Sheen. I don't know. Just like Emilio, I'm not going to say his name again. I just liked his stuff better than his brothers. I thought he was the better actor. For some reason, it kind of disappeared in the 90s. I don't know. Didn't really read his biography why, he stopped really getting any gigs about mid-90s. Anyways, let's get into Maximum Overdrive. If you want to get into deep philosophical stuff, you can say Maximum Overdrive is machines are like man slaves, they're to serve man. And in this time period that happens in this movie, it's kind of roles will reverse as man now has to serve the machines as we get these group of people here. This movie basically follows this group of people who get trapped into a truck stop, and after a while they're forced to give these trucks gas and diesel and stuff like that. So they basically are forced to serve the machines. So it got a little bit of a role reversal if you want to get deep into like philosophy in this and what this movie is about. But this really is a movie where you don't want to get too deep in thought, because then the whole plot kind of falls out. When I was watching this as a kid, this movie was scary, especially the Goblin truck. If you've seen this movie before, I'm talking about the Goblin truck. It was kind of scary to me when what was I, about 7 or 8 when this party came out, maybe a little older. It's kind of like the ringleader of all the trucks going on right now in this movie. But as an adult, you start thinking about like, how can these machines see people and to attack them and stuff like that? Like, what's their eyeballs and how are they able to think and stuff like that? So it kind of gets, once you start to really think about how is this able to work, them being to kill people and stuff like that, it doesn't really make sense. I mean, I can understand if somebody's using it, then the machine can easily kill that person. But these machines are like actually tracking down humans and killing them. The other part I have a problem with is there's like all these machines and cars are turning against their owners, except for one car. We got these newlyweds, and there's one car. Why isn't this car trying to kill the newlyweds that are driving it around? So stuff like that's not very well explained. Why is that one an exception? The movie don't really take time, doesn't really care. And as a viewer, you're not really supposed to ask that question, I suppose. This movie, looking down my notes here, but one thing I really did like about this movie, and if for somebody who's never watched an 80s movie, you only watch movies from the 2010 and onward where they overdo the CGIs. This movie is it shows the how innovative movie makers were in the 80s and for a good portion of the 90s. As we see that these truckers, these trucks, they're operating on their own, and we actually got some camera angles in here where you see the trucks actually shifting gears and pushing the gas pedal by themselves. If it was today, it would be all CGI, seeing the trucks doing this. But you don't have CGI in the 80s, so they had to come up with a way to do this visually. And, that's why I really appreciate the 80s. Like when you watch some of the 80s sci-fi stuff, you can kind of tell it's like a model. and stuff like that. But at least it has like a 3D feel to it and texture to it. It was one problem I have with movies these days. I have too much CGI. It all feels too clean, too smooth, kind of like no life to it whatsoever, to the backgrounds and stuff like that. But in the 80s, when they did stuff like that, they had to use like models and you know, and practical effects to get things going. Sorry for the little pause there, but at least it felt alive and felt real and stuff like that. And so that's what I really appreciate about this movie. If you really want to see like how they did things back in the 80s and stuff without the CGI, this is the movie for you. And like, it makes you wonder, like, how were they able to get it to look like the trucks were actually driving themselves, like the machine gun was actually operating without humans, stuff like that. It's really, to me, I like it. I think it's impressive that they were able to pull it off, that they made it look actually realistic, that these things are driving themselves, switching gears, stepping on the pedal, all that good stuff. That's what I found fascinating about this movie. That's what I really enjoyed about it. If you're still hanging around here, we give like 3 recommends, like highly recommend. It's a great movie. Recommend. It's your average movie. And recommend with caution. It's a bad movie. I'm gonna have to give this a recommend with caution. Good. I guess it's a good concept, but the story is kind of shallow. I did enjoy the acting. Like I said, Emilio Estevez does a fantastic job, and the other actors do. It's one of those movies where the acting does save the story. You can see movies in the past. Got a dry mouth there. Should drink something. You see movies in the past where the story is good, but the acting's terrible, and it kind of ruins the movie. In this case, the story's terrible, but the acting kind of saves the movie, where it's pretty much watchable. But I still give this a recommend it with caution. It's not the best movie, but you might enjoy it. And like I said, it's worth just watching this for the special effects and stuff like that they used in the movie to get these trucks moving by themselves. That's what I really enjoyed about it. Hope you enjoyed this video, this review. I hope it wasn't too cringy for you. And if it wasn't, hit the like button. And this is the one time I will ask this month. Go ahead and subscribe. My goal is to get 61 subscribers. Or viewers, 61 subscribers before the end of the year. Will you be that person? Let me know by subscribing. Anyways, have a great day, and I do hope you enjoy this. Adios. Bye.